Good morning. Today is Wednesday, March 22nd, and this is Devotions from St. Paul Evangelical Lutheran Church in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. I'm going to take a passage today from near the end of the book of Isaiah. Now, Isaiah's got three main sections that span over 100 years of history. The first section is during the last days of the nation of Judah. The second section is during their captivity in Babylon. And the third section that I'm going to read from is after they have come back to Jerusalem from captivity in Babylon. Now, this captivity ended over 2,500 years ago, so these are old words. But as I speak the words from Isaiah, I would like you to think about what these things say and what they might say to us today. So this is from the 60th chapter of Isaiah. The descendants of those who oppressed you shall come bending low to you, and all who despise you shall bow down at your feet. They shall call you the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. Whereas you have been forsaken and hated, with no one passing through, I will make you majestic forever, a joy from age to age. You shall suck the milk of nations, and you shall suck the breasts of kings. And you shall know that I, the Lord, am your Savior and your Redeemer, the Mighty One of Jacob. Instead of bronze, I will bring gold. Instead of iron, I will bring silver. Instead of wood, bronze. Instead of stones, iron. I will appoint peace as your overseer and righteousness as your taskmaster. Violence shall no more be heard in your land, devastation or destruction within your borders. You shall call your walls salvation and your gates praise. The sun shall no longer be your light by day, nor the brightness shall the moon give light to you by night. But the Lord will be your everlasting light, and your God will be your glory. The sun shall no more go down, or your moon withdraw itself, for the Lord will be your everlasting light, and your days of mourning shall be ended. Your people shall see all righteousness, and they shall possess the land forever. They are the shoot that I planted, and the work of my hands, so that I might be glorified. The least of them shall become a clan, and the smallest one a mighty nation. I am the Lord. In its time, I will accomplish this quickly. Historically, this is when the people of the nation of Judah came back to Jerusalem and rebuilt the temple. And so it was a time of joy. And you can see that in the words that Isaiah writes to them and tells them. They have had suffering for many years while they were in captivity in Babylon. And now they're home and they're rebuilding, and the Lord is telling them to expect good things, to expect the nations to honor them rather than honoring other nations. That the sun will no longer be their light, but God will be their light. That the moon will not be the light at night, but God will be that light. And it'll be constant and always and everlasting. It's easy for me to understand how well the people would have felt at that time, because they had just returned to their own land. But think about what that means for us today. We have a great advantage over the Israelites of that time, in that in the 2,500 years that have gone between, Jesus came and walked this earth and said many of the same things, and we hold them to be true today. If we can be as joyous as the Israelites were when they came out of captivity, then we are going to see the light of God shine in our lives. And it won't matter that it's day or night, but God will be our light. Jesus talks in these words. He says, in words we've had in recent Gospels at church, I am the light of the world. And we can count on that light. I think one more thing that I get out of this is God's not done with this creation yet. The world that Isaiah describes to the people coming back hasn't come completely yet. It's still on its way. Now, we believe that because Jesus came and died for us, we have salvation. And as Paul told us in many cases, if we believe, then we are new creations. But our physical surroundings is not as described in this part of Isaiah. And I believe that that day is still coming. And we look to God and to Jesus as our light, as our inspiration for the day that is coming. And as it says at the end of this verse in Isaiah, when it comes, it will come quickly. So like the people in Isaiah's time, I take great joy in this passage. I take great hope in the future that God is promising. And I take great sympathy, some great salvation idea from the idea that God is the author, the one who is making all this happen. And not only for the Israelites of 2,500 years ago, but for you and me today in this world, and all those who believe in Jesus. I hope you can take great joy out of this passage. I think Isaiah meant it to be uplifting to the people of that time. But I think Jesus makes it uplifting to the people of our time also. Thank you.